Namaste, yogis and yoginis. Welcome once again to Yoga with Vic. Are you ready for a deep stretch? Post workout, maybe, or maybe you didn't work out, but you definitely need a very nice and deep stretch. Then this is your practice today. It's going to be a yin class. Remember, yin, we keep the poses around 90 seconds or beyond. Don't do them to the extremes, around 40% of what you would normally do, because we don't want to stretch too much. We want to have something sustainable for a longer period, and that's all it takes. So we're going to start with the arms, and then we'll go towards the legs. So start with the upper body, and we're going to sit down on a kneeling position. So you put your, if you want to put something underneath your hips, your sit bones, whatever it is, if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Let me actually sit front, and then you can see me. And then we're going to stretch the arms. So if you've been working triceps, biceps, whatever it is, arms, shoulders, I'm going to bring the right hand up to the sky, bend the elbow, bring the right hand between the scapula, between the shoulder blades, and the left hand is going to come to the elbow and push it down. And if you've been working triceps, you can feel it now, like, oh, this feels good. If you're familiar with this gomukasana arms, you can also bring the left arm, in this case, bring it behind and maybe find the fingers and clasp them a little bit. I barely touch with this. Doesn't have to be, because then you open the shoulder too, but it's not necessary. This is also beautiful, and definitely you stretch the triceps. And then you can close the eyes and take a big inhale and exhale. Maybe push a little bit more, maybe backwards. And feel that stretch, that opening of the shoulder also that comes with it. And if you're doing full gomukasana, then you will feel also the left shoulder opening up. Release. And let's do the other side. So the left arm comes up, left elbow bends, and the left hand comes between the shoulder blade. And then the right hand is going to come to the elbow and push down. Now you want to scratch that little part in the middle that you never reach, which is actually what I do when I can't reach. I use this as a little bit of help. And you can close your eyes and breathe it in, breathe it out. Breathe it in again deeply. Remember to keep the spine straight, elongating, making yourself tall. And then release. We're going to do some beautiful X with the arms. So we're going to bring the right hand below the left. So we're going to do like crossing in a big X, then twist around. And maybe is the back of your hands, or maybe you twist a little bit more and get the palms of your hands together. So we are at eagle arms. And then the opening of your scapula, now it's just there. So now try to keep the elbows a bit higher. Bring them a little higher they get, the more opening in the back of the shoulders that you get. So you feel the shoulder blades really separating. The scapula saying bye-bye to each other. And finding some space. Take a big inhale. And bring that air to that space. Make them go a little bit further away. Inhale. Maybe bring the elbows a little tiny bit higher. It's quite intense. One more, inhale. Exhale, beautiful. And unravel the arms. And let's go to the other side. So now with the left is going to come on the right. Cross like an X. And when you just reach the elbow, get together, we twist around. And then maybe the back of the hands, maybe the palms get together. And then from here, we're going to, again, leave the elbows as much as we can, or we feel that is necessary. And feel that opening of the back of the heart. Shoulder blades becoming a bit more unfriendly to each other. Bye. I'm leaving to one side, and then the other one is leaving to the other side.
Maybe you want to do a little bit higher the elbows. Some people like to do pulses. I'm not doing pulses this time. I'm just staying still. But feel yourself. How does it go if you just go a tiny little bit higher? And we find that space in the back of the shoulders. And release. Open. Bring the right arm towards the left and bring the left arm and clasp the elbow. Again, a bit of internal rotation. Love to your right shoulder. And then release. Left arm goes to the left, comes all the way to the right. And with the right arm, you clasp it in the crease of the elbow. And then again, love for the left. Stretching the shoulder. In case you've worked the shoulders, maybe you've done only the lower part and you're like, okay, what am I doing here? Are we reaching the lower part? Yes, we are. Soon. And then release. Beautiful. And then let's go. Let's go to the lower part. So let's come to all fours, and then the right leg is going to come ahead of us. So kind of 90 degrees, the knees over the ankle, and this is going to be the dragon. There's a huge stretch of the psoas, the hip flexor, and then if you want to just bring the floor up a little bit and bring yourself, maybe you want to be here, and that's more than enough. If you want to go a little bit lower, and you might want to use your elbows, remember it's about 40% because we're going to stay here for a little bit longer. Then just find your pose that is going to be sustainable for a couple of minutes. You can also open the wings, so you can be on the edge of your right foot and open the leg a little bit if it feels good. Otherwise, just keep it on the sole of a foot. And breathe. We're opening the hip, we're stretching the psoas, the hip flexor, giving it more length. So if you've been working, quadriceps, legs in general, the psoas is something that we forget to stretch most of the times, and is many times responsible for lower back pain. It's a huge muscle, is super strong. So we have to strengthen it, but also stretch it. Both. There's a class also for strengthening if you feel that it's a weakened muscle. Look around, psoas strengthening or something like that along those lines. I recommend you give it a bit of love. I learned my lesson almost 2 decades ago. A couple of times going into the emergency room, thinking I was broken, and it was just my psoas. So yes, learn my lesson. And I hope you learn yours and you listen to your body. It's so important to see what it is that is calling us and say, hey, give me some attention. Sometimes we don't listen deeply and we think it's one thing and it's the other. But when you learn to listen, I promise you, it's a big change. Okay, beautiful. Let's go back and release the block if you're using it. Tiptoe or heel toe more than anything. The foot to the left, and let's go towards pigeon or sleeping swan. I don't like to put it too parallel to the mat because my hips, my knees, and my ankles are not that flexible. I prefer to do, instead of number 7, more a number 1 and bring it towards the pubic bone. Remember the back, you're not going on the side, you're going on the front. And then from here you can start. Also, your pigeon can be here, sleeping swan. It can be on the elbows. Or if you want to go all the way down, you can just lean on your forearms and your hands, whatever it is, make yourself a little pillow. You can also put the block and make a pillow. This is a very hard pillow for me because it's wooden. So I prefer to use my hands. And then put the forehead on the floor, on the ground, on my hands. Big stretch of the glute. Beautiful stretch. Again, very strong muscle. We have really strong muscles and they will work them to get stronger, which is great and fantastic because it makes us grow and be stronger and live longer. but we also have to give him flexibility. So you have to do the yin and the yang. The yang when you push, 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 and the yang when you have to pull a little bit. And give him some more space to breathe. And hey, I just love sleeping swan or pigeon. It is so nice. I used to hate it because first they forced me to put that leg parallel and it was painful, impossible, didn't happen for me. I thought I would never do this pose. And I learned that it was not necessary. And I learned to be patient and listen to my body and do what my body needs. Okay, very slowly and mindfully. Take a big inhale, come up. And now we're going to bend the back leg so that the leg's going to come up. And you think, oh, where? Okay, this might be already enough. You might think, okay, this is already a lot. If you can manage to get the crease of your elbow and then bring it up, then there's a deep quad stretch. So there's the more you bring the heel towards the butt, there's a bigger quad stretch. If you want to try the mermaid, that will be something like this. Ta-da! But there's not need. We're not aiming for that. We just want to get a big stretch on the quad. If we go also a bit lower, you could feel, oh yes, it's happening. Take a big inhale. Exhale. So you can either stay up, depending on how it feels, or you can just go a little bit lower and feel that stretch. Just bring the heel towards your butt and feel that stretch of the quadriceps. Okay, we come up, release. And then we bring the left leg towards the front and the right sole goes to the inner thigh of the left leg. Oh, completely different stretch now. The hamstrings, bring it all up. So in half butterfly or gentle shasana. And then we go down. And then again, I recommend to either just chill here, whatever feels good, or you can put a block and put it underneath your forehead. And maybe just find yourself a little bit of propping, if that feels better. Whatever works. Toes are going up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And then we're stretching the waist. We're stretching the lower back, the hamstrings, the calves. I'm just going to try to go by myself. And again, remember, is that a little bit of half of what you would normally do. If you go all the way normally, that's not what we're aiming for. We want to be kind. Something that is sustainable, that it feels great. That it feels, I'm doing something here, but I'm not struggling, sweating and dripping because this is becoming too much. Like someone's giving me a back massage, a leg massage, and it's feeling absolutely amazing. Every time you breathe out, maybe you can try go a tiny, tiny, tiny bit lower and further. So it's not about bringing the head down, it's about elongating a little bit more. Finding those spaces also between the vertebrae, spine elongating, leg getting longer too. And then from here, slowly come up, bring yourself up, and the right foot is going to come towards the knee. I can't do a full firelog because it's very difficult for me because of my knees, but whatever works for you, if you can do a full one, I kind of put my foot in the crease of the knee and that feels good. Whatever works, or if you just want to cross the legs one in front of each other, that works also beautifully. Take an inhale and then go down, exhaling. For me, it's very intense in the in the ankles, and I injured my ankles a million times as a child, teenager. So I'm still feeling it. They're like trunks. This is a great opening also for the hips. But yeah, find that crossing point, whatever that is. You know, it can be just a normal crossing, it can be a full firelog. It's not important. The important thing is that you feel it in a right way. It's not hurting. It's not making you being in pain. You're not struggling. And you can breathe without getting choppy. And counting the seconds that this woman is going to stay here, like, please, Vic, get out of here. And it's going to be soon, don't worry anyway. Take some more inhales and exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. And slowly bring yourself up. Release the feet. Release everything. Let's go to all fours, because we're going to go to the other side. So thank God we have only 2 legs. Now the left leg is going to come on the front. There you go. We're going towards that dragon. So remember, maybe bring the knee. And if you don't have a thick mat like I do, maybe you want to double the mat, or you want to put something underneath your knee in case it's tender. The ankle is below the knee. And then from here, again, both hands in the middle. So not one outside, both inside. Take a big inhale, and then maybe you're staying here. And this is enough. Maybe you want to use a block, cushions, or whatever you have, and put the elbows. And if you think this feels good, maybe you want to try the wing dragon. So you go on the external part of the foot and open your wing a little bit. But again, no needed. It's not necessary. The important thing we're focusing, obviously, is the opening of this hip, but it's also the psoas stretch on the right hand side. And it feels so good. And if you think it doesn't, it should, in a way. Maybe you don't want to watch the whole Star Wars saga on this pose, but a little while doesn't hurt. Take big inhales, exhales, and bring the air whatever you feel that your body needs it. If it's the left hip, breathe onto the left hip. If it's the right psoas, bring that oxygen. Focus it there. A big deep inhale and a big exhale. Slowly come up. Remove the block if you had it, and heel toe the left foot onto the right. And again, it doesn't have to be a mirror 7. It can be a mirrored one, which is the case for me. Stay still here. Straighten your spine. Be tall. Remove your hair if you have it in your face or not. It doesn't matter. And then from here, we're going to go lower as it feels good. So it can be here. And this might be more than enough. We might just go on our elbows, forearms, or we might go all the way down. Even that glute the stretch that it deserves. And finding a moment of silence in the body, a moment of stillness, a moment of letting go. And just think of the amazing things that are happening right now in your body. is not in a state of panic. It's in a state of, we need some little collagen here, some acid there, the beautiful acids, by the way. We need some loving care, so let me just flow, give the fascia what it needs, give the joints what they need, give the muscles some love, and our body's doing the job by itself. Sometimes we don't need to take all those supplements and all those expensive things from the shelf. Our body already has them. We just have to find them. And again, send some love, maybe to the glute. When you inhale, and slowly come out. And you're like, oh no, I really was enjoying that. Me too. Well, you can stop the video anytime and say, I'm going to stay here for a bit longer. But now we're going to bend that right knee, bring the right foot up, and maybe grab it with a hand. This should be enough. This is more than okay. You can also use a belt, strap, or anything, or a t-shirt, and just grab it, put it lasso around. Or maybe you can bring it towards the back a bit more, and perhaps put it in the crease of your right elbow, and bring it even closer. And if you want to go slightly down and feel that massive stretch to the quad, or as I said, you want to do that beautiful mermaid. Hello, mermaid. But again, no needed. It's just to try something that is fun. If you want to just break the seriousness, well, not that we're being serious, of the yin class, and you want to be creative at some point, but otherwise just bring it maybe a little bit lower. Oh, that quad. Hello. Again, super strong muscle quadriceps. If you do body pump, you know that, when you do legs is when you really, really bring a lot of weights because they're big muscles. But as well as we put a lot of pressure on them, we have to put a lot of love on them too. Just bring it a bit closer, closer. Why, yay. Beautiful. Release the foot. Oh, that was intense. And bring the right leg over to the front. The left sole is going into the inner thigh of the right. And then we make ourselves super tall. Reach the sky, reach the heavens, reach the ceiling. And then we hinge from the waist all the way down. And again, toes are looking up, so we make sure that the calf and the hamstrings are really stretched. Or maybe lower a little bit more. And then again, if you fancy putting a blog and releasing the neck and just resting everything, please do so. And every time you exhale, make yourself a little bit longer. So try to reach the crown of the head towards the foot. The foot, not the knee. So elongate yourself. Oh. And don't start panicking. You don't hear me. The video's not stopped. Sometimes we have to just let silence just surround us. We're so afraid of silence sometimes. That's why people keep listening to music or having the TV on. My house is always in absolute silence. I love silence. Maybe you hear the clock. Maybe you hear the fridge suddenly starting. The washing machine is on, but apart from that, I really love silence. But I know most people feel very comfortable with it. And slowly come up. And then we bring the left foot onto the left thigh, or in my case, I'm going to put it next to the knee. Then bend the right knee. And as I said, you can be here, which for me is not possible because my ankles won't allow me to. So I'm going to position it kind of like this, but you can also just cross-legged, just whatever works. And then make yourself again super tall. And let's go down. It can be just on your palms, maybe on your elbows. And again, you can use a block to relax the forehead if that feels good. And give the love to the hips. And to the ankles, by the way. They're already getting a little bit of love too. I just realized I have two clocks that tick and they are out of sync. So when I hear the tick in here in the living room and the one in the kitchen, it's a kind of different music. So you see, this is my kind of music, very unsynced clocks. And I so yeah, that's the music I enjoy listening to. You probably have a very different taste, and that's great. I thank God we all have very different tastes. Yeah, I can imagine if you live with somebody who has a different taste and you want different music, because one wants silence, one wants loud music, that can be a bit different and a bit difficult, but then there's got to be an agreement. But at the moment, and you know, I'm lucky to live with somebody who also loves silence. He scares me sometimes when he walks into the door because I can't hear him. Right, inhale, go up. Release the block if you had it, and stand the legs above, not ahead of you. Ooh, maybe shimmer. That's a weird verb that I just made up for this. Shimmer, that's not shimmering. That is more moving. And shimmy, maybe. Anyway, let's go on the back. I'm going to do the feet above is what I was trying to say. I was just going ahead of me. Just move a little bit the ankles on one direction, ankles in a different direction. Again, a little bit of viparita karani, so a tiny inversion here, just to make sure that there's a bit of change of flow. Maybe move the ankles back and forth, whatever it feels good. If you want to circle them, if you want to just flex and extend, whatever works. If you want to also bring the hands and maybe do a little bit of curl at the bottom of the sea, moving up and back and forth, and whatever, feel free. Nothing fancy, nothing established, just be foolish. And then relax everything down on the ground. Palms go up to the sky. Relax the shoulders. Relax the belly, the hips. Make everything super heavy. And how does your body feel? Relax the face, the cheeks, the mouth, the palate, the tongue, the forehead. And scan your body. Is it longer? Are the muscles more stretched? They definitely are. But can you feel it? And feel free to just enjoy that shavasana. Enjoy that length that you just gained. And if you're ready to come up, either on one side or the other side, or rolling yourself mindfully and slowly to a seated position, cross-legged, putting the hands in front of your chest, sternum, heart, whatever it is, just in the middle of the boobs. Looking down slightly, chin towards the chest. Grateful for this body that is equally going through all that strength training, all that craziness that we put it through. But we also have to give it that love and extend those muscles again so that we can keep punishing them again over and over and getting stronger anyway. Find always that balance that is so necessary for us. When you're ready, open your eyes with a big smile. And here we are. Oh my God, I'm getting trumped. And here we are, back and down. Thank you so very much. If you train regularly, this is the kind of a stretch. You might think, oh, there's a lot. Well, you can make it shorter if that works for you. But these are the kind of stretches you really want to do after a strong workout. And even if you're not working out, if you feel tight, if you feel tense, if you feel there's a lot of tension around the body, this is a great way of finding new spaces and going to a bit like, yes, I'm longer, I'm leaner, I'm everything else that I really wanted to be. Anyway, keep it, save it, share with someone who might need this desperately to find that length. And in any case, let me know how it went. Just leave a comment. Did it feel good? It was like, whoa, too intense. Then you tone it down. Whatever it is, I'm always super happy to hear from you. And without further ado, then see you very shortly. Thank you so much. Namaste.